Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with just a little bit of a announcement, update kind of thing, regarding specifically the uploads of the Spider-Man 2 Let's Play. So, as you know, we shifted from going to Spider-Man 2 originally was releasing 2 days a week. Then we shifted to 3 days a week, and eventually now we've been going every day. And the reason we moved to every day is, as I've been stating in pretty much every video, I feel like, when just doing the overview of like all the stuff we have on the channel and all, we've been shifting to every day as a way to kind of get caught up because I've beaten Spider-Man 2 already, and I've already started the next game that is going to replace it. And I'm already a good amount in to this next game too. I've played like about 8 hours of it so far in over the course of 3 recording sessions. Um and it's getting to the point where it's like I'm getting far into this and I still haven't finished getting up Spider-Man 2 yet. Hell, I haven't even gotten to like the big climaxes of Spider-Man 2 yet. And it's starting to get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm getting very far ahead. And some reactors, let's players, etc. might like that. Getting very far ahead, so you're just like way ahead of the curve, way ahead of the game, can get things out as you're able to. You just have that stockpile set up. And then there's some YouTubers who, of course, like to get things out when they're fresh and popular because it gets them more views and stuff. So, like, they'll just be uploading a bunch of stuff as they record it, pretty much. I'm not quite like that. I don't just do things because they're new and popular. I'm going to do what I want to do. Outside of anything you guys request of me, then I'm going to do stuff that you guys want me to do as well. But in terms of most of these Let's Plays, especially in this slot, it's games that I want to play through. Spider-Man 2 is a game that I wanted to play through. I wanted to do this this Let's Play of. And so is its replacement. And I've talked about this in the past, but because it's the same with like recording my reactions, I don't like sitting on them. I don't like having so many reactions recorded or so many Let's Play parts recorded that I'm just sitting on them forever. Because it feels like, one, it's taking up a lot of space, and just it keeps progressively becoming more and more space that it's taking up. But also, even outside of just that, I don't like holding things for a long time and not getting it up, because I feel like it's procrastination of a sort. And I want to get this content up for you as soon as I'm able. So even doing like the daily uploads of the Spider-Man 2 parts, it's like not only am I sitting on a bunch of Spider-Man 2 still, but I'm sitting on like currently, and it's going to keep continuously growing, but currently 8 hours worth of its replacement game. And it's just like, that's a lot to still be sitting on. And like I said, I'm not a fan of that personally. If I have all this stuff ready to put up, I kind of want to get it up. Now, I can sit on it for a little bit, but the longer I sit on it, it starts to bother me more and more. So I think also it's worse when it's like, oh, I'm sitting on stuff now for a Let's Play series that's replacing the one that's currently being uploaded. So I'm like really behind, and it feels like really bad because of that. It's like, again, 8 hours into a game I haven't even started putting up yet because I'm still putting up the previous one. And it's like, yeah, I could wait to record more and everything, but it's like I'm recording like once a week. And on top of that, I'm really enjoying it. So I want to keep recording. I want to keep playing it. I don't want to just like hold off for like a couple weeks just to catch other stuff up. And I know this may be a problem like that's maybe more specific to me, and a lot of people may not understand or get or really just side with, I guess you could say. But it is something that I struggle with. It's the same reason why I don't like record all these reactions in advance, even though technically I could, especially when doing a scheduled format like I currently am. I could easily like record a bunch of these, like take a week where I just record a shit ton of content, and then and then I just am sitting on stuff, and I could take a lot more time off whenever I need it and whatnot, or if something comes up. That way I'm not too worried about it. But then I'm sitting on stuff for a long time, for weeks and weeks, and it's just, again, it's a personal thing. It might have to do with my autism. I'm not sure, but it's like it's something that just bothers me immensely. So at this point, it's like I should probably get to the point. Um, I think I talked about this in a video yesterday, in the reaction from yesterday, but I wanted to make a separate video for this as well. We're upping the upload schedule for Spider-Man 2 right now. It's not just going to be once every day of the week, it's going to be twice every day of the week. So 2 episodes. You may have noticed last night, over the middle of the night and everything, I put up 2 episodes. That was technically yesterday's, even though it was after midnight Eastern time. It was still technically yesterday's upload. I just got it up later than I wanted to because I almost forgot about it. But yeah, I put up those 2, not like, oh, one for yesterday, one for today. No, they were both for yesterday. It's just going to be a way to get caught up a lot quicker. Because I've kind of mathed it out. I've kind of figured it out. It'll take like, I think less than a week if I do 2 a day to get caught up at this point. Maybe just over a week. I'm trying to think. I did the math like 4 or 5 days ago. So just around a week to get caught up. Let's just say that. Just around a week to fully get caught up. And then I can start putting up its replacement. So I think that's what we're going to do. And I'm not sure, but I think I'm going to try to get like one out early, one out late. So they're kind of spread out through the day. Because I have all the parts recorded and everything really set. I have all the thumbnails made. So at this point, I could basically just schedule them. I could just schedule them to come out at certain times of each day, and so I just have to remember to do that. Honestly. Which is more of the trouble. Because me remembering to do something, you know? But yeah, so this will help us get to the next game a lot quicker, and will make things just exceptionally easier. Now, I also want to touch on Anno Mutationum real quick, our donation reward Let's Play. So, Anno Mutationum is a game that I've been enjoying to a certain point. It's interesting. It's it's got some quirky fun to it. It's definitely got an interest factor. And by this point, I think I've played most of it. I think I'm most of the way through at this point. But there's also certain parts of it that are also kind of boring, if I'm honest. Um, like for example, I like a lot of the quirky nature of it. I like the style. I like um, I like its creativity, and I like the gameplay. I do not like the story though. I think the story is exceptionally boring. I just don't care about like what's going on with these characters. And in that same kind of vein, I don't really care that much about the characters themselves either. They're also just kind of boring. The only exception is like, the peppy quote unquote girlfriend character who's just like, so insanely likable. I can't think of her name right now. I'm bad with names. You guys know this. Unless you're new to the channel, in which case, welcome. I'm bad with names. Yeah. But she's like the only character I like. I don't like the main character. She's a boring, edgy, loner type character you see in everything. She's so unoriginal and boring. None of the other characters stand out at all. Good guys, bad guys, doesn't matter. And it's like nothing about the story is interesting or fun or really anything special. So it's like I always kind of have like this mixed reaction towards it, especially in terms of getting to it. The other week you might have noticed I like missed out because of various reasons. A notable one was I had these pride events going on and that was taking up the time I normally would have spent recording. But if I really tried, I probably could have got it recorded at another time that week. I would have just had to have found the motivation to do so, and that's the problem. I wasn't motivated to do so. I was like, oh, instead of like forcing myself to get to this on this day, so it would like be basically like overloading myself that day, where it's like, oh, I'm doing like all this other stuff, and then I'm also gonna do that. It was a Friday. Fridays are busy days. But it's like instead of doing that, I just was like, I'm just gonna do what I'm normally supposed to do, reaction wise, and go from there. Um, and I didn't end up doing it, and you know, so I wasn't able to get it out because I didn't have my normal recording time. I'm bringing this all up to say that it's like this game. I feel like I don't want to drop it. Partially because it's a donation reward game, which means that Matthew literally paid for me to be able to play it, and actually paid to get the game. And even though it wasn't like super expensive or anything, it's like it's different than like a reaction reward, because it's like he paid for the entirety of the game. So I'm not going to drop it. I want to make that clear off the bat. I'm not going to drop it. I just want to take a break from it. I want to take a break from it and come back to it when I've just let myself breathe from it a little bit more. Because I feel like, especially like recording an hour of it each week usually has been also taking a toll on me. Because it's like, if I'm really, really enjoying the game, oh, I can record like 2-3 hours. um, but it's like, I have to really be enjoying the game for that. And with this game, it's like, again, I'm more mixed. So it's like, it's also very like straight and narrow. It doesn't have a lot of room for deviating. Like, there's some side missions and stuff, but they're not even interesting. So it's like, most of the time you're just going to be following the main quest anyway. It doesn't give you a lot of room to explore, and that's a great thing to do. That's a great thing for games that makes you want to play more. Ability to explore, ability to like find stuff out and all. It's not always about the main mission, like with the Spider-Man 2 uploads, with those parts. It's like, oh, I can go about and do other stuff, faff around for a few hours. And it's like, yeah, I can do like 2-3 hours of recording for that. But with this game, it's like, you can't really do that. So it's just at the point where it's like, I just need a break from it. So here's what we're going to do. We have another game reward in the waiting. I'm going to start doing that next week. So there's not going to be anything this Saturday. We're going to start doing the next game reward I have in the waiting next week. And then we'll come back to Anno Mutationum in the future. Again, we are not dropping it. I want to make that very clear. Because there's still enough to it, especially in terms of gameplay, that makes me want to continue. We have like, I don't know, maybe 4 hours left from what I saw when I looked up how long the game typically is. So we're getting close to the end. It's just a matter of, I need a little bit of a break here from it. It's just like when I take a break from a reaction series I'm doing and come back to it later. I just need a break to avoid burnout and stuff, and it's kind of the same thing here. So, yeah. We're going to start with the replacement next week for Anno Mutationum. And we're going to be, like I said, as well, doing now 2 episodes, 2 parts of Spider-Man 2 each day. So those are the big changes I wanted to update you all on, to let you know what was going on with that. So you weren't confused when it just like switched over or anything. And I guess I can, as such, announce what the replacement will be for the time being for Anno Mutationum. And that is Poppy's Playtime, Chapter 1. This is a donation reward for Venom. And I don't know how long this is, because it's apparently only Chapter 1. Apparently there's going to be multiple chapters. A lot of games do that. I don't know how long it's going to be. But if I can, I want to try to stretch it out over multiple weeks. If I end up, if it's not super long, and I end up recording it in one session, like over maybe a couple hours, I'm gonna cut it up so it at least gets posted over a couple weeks, and that'll give me some more time off of Anno Mutationum and everything. Cause yeah, but that being said, after we finish with Poppy's Playtime Chapter 1, we'll see how much time has passed. We'll see if like a good amount of time has passed and if I'm ready to get back to it. And then if we're not, then we'll just wait to get back to it at this point. Because we're going to wait. I want to have a little bit of a break before I get back to Anno Mutationum. But like I said, we are going to get back to it. I just need a rest. Um, but meanwhile, we will continue getting up Spider-Man 2 2 a day. Now, when we get to its replacement, when Spider-Man 2 finishes, its replacement will be starting right away. I do not yet know if it's going to be um if it's going to be an everyday thing again, or if it's going to be like one of those cases where it's like, oh, I'm going to do this on this day, this day, this day. I don't know yet. I haven't really determined that, because it's going to depend on exactly how much I have, recorded and cut up by the time I get to that point. And I'm going to have to figure out, like, oh, if I record this every week, it's like, how long would it take to catch up and everything, all of that jazz. You get the deal. So sorry for this video being longer than I wanted it to be, but I just wanted to again update you all on what's going on with that, with both of these things. So expect more Spider-Man 2 coming, 2 episodes a day, and on top of that, we will once again be right away changing this up with Anomutation. So just to be clear again on that, no, there will be nothing this week. Poppy's playtime will start next week. This week on Saturday, they're just outside of Spider-Man 2. There won't be any Let's Play stuff. There will not be Anomutation. There will not be Poppy's playtime. Poppy's playtime starts next week. So yeah, just wanting to emphasize that to make it entirely clear. That all being said, though, if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to bring up, please feel free. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.